See, besides student t-test, the other test which is used as an alternative form of it is Mann-Whitney U-test. It is used to compare two samples, but that comparison is based on the ranked data, which you can also call as ordinal data. Some of the important features of this test are this test is a non-parametric test which is alternative to the independent sample t-test. It is used to compare two sample means that come from the same population and used to test whether two sample means are equal or not. As I just said, it is based on the ordinal or ranked data, and the results of this test are presented in group rank differences rather than group mean differences. The steps which are involved are quite simple. You have to calculate only two aspects. One will be U statistics, that is U value, and the other will be Z value. So the calculation of U value is done by taking rank sum, that is all the ranks which are given or which are allotted for sample 1 or sample 2, their sum will be taken. So rank sum minus n into n plus 1 by 2, where n represents the number of observations in sample 1 or in sample 2. So for getting this U statistics of sample 1, you will be taking rank sum of this sample 1 minus n1, that is number of observations of sample 1, into n1 plus 1 by 2. And for U statistics of sample 2, you will be taking the rank sum of sample 2 minus n2 into n2 plus 1 by 2, because this n1 and n2 may be varying. The two samples, since they are independent, so number of observations in the two samples may be different or may be same. And the other step is to calculate Z value, which will be calculated by using the formula, this U statistics of any one of the sample minus n1 into n2 divided by 2, and this whole numerator will be divided by square root n1 n2 into n1 plus n2 plus 1 divided by 12. And if the calculated value of Z is less than the 1.96, then you will accept the null hypothesis. So here, if the calculated value of Z is less than 1.96, then you will be accepting the null hypothesis, and you will accept the alternate hypothesis if the calculated value of Z is more than 1.96. Let us understand this entire thing by taking an example. So here I have shown two samples, sample 1 and sample 2. The different observations of sample 1 are 3, 4, 2, 6, 2, 5. And in sample 2, these are observations like 9, 5, 7, 10, 6 and 8. So what we hypothesize in the beginning, that these two samples have come from the same population. This will be our null hypothesis. Alternate hypothesis will be there exists significant difference between these two samples. So we shall actually rank these individual observations, and that value which is lowest one will be ranked as 1, like it is 2 here, the lowest value, followed by 3. So this will be means there will be a ranking pattern. I am going to tell that one. So how the ranking will be performed, let us see that. This is the observation of sample 1 and 2 I just said. See which one is the lowest item. The lowest item is 2, and it is coming twice. So first of all, you will see that exactly how many observations are there in sample 1 and how many observations are there in sample 2. So there are 6 observations in sample 1, and exactly the same number is there in sample 2. So you will go on writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 up to 12, because 12 individual observations are there, and then we shall start the ranking. So it is 2 which is the lowest number, and this 2 is here, another 2 is here. So we are writing 2 times, the first row is being ranked as 1, second one is being ranked as 2. Since 2 is coming 2 times, so the average of this 1 and 2 will be taken, and average of 1 and 2 will be 1.5, because 2 plus 1 3, and this will be divided by 2, so 1.5. And then it is 3 which is coming once, so you are writing 3, and it is being ranked as 3. Then 4, it has come only once in both the samples, so 4 is being ranked as 4. Then it is 5, and this 5 has come twice. 5 has come here as well as here in the sample 1, so 5 is being written 2 times, being ranked as 5 and 6, and you will have to take average of these two, so it will come 5.5. Then the next number is 6. 6 is coming here in the sample 1, and 6 is also coming in sample 2, so you are writing 6 2 times. They are being ranked as 7 and 8. Average of this 7 8 will be 7.5, so 6 is being ranked as 7.5. Then it is 8 here, and it is coming once, so 8 is being it is 7, so 7 will be coming here, and it is being ranked as 9. Then 8, it is coming once, so it is being ranked as 10. Next number is 9, and this 9 is also coming once, it is ranked as 11. And then the last number is 10, which is ranked as 12. So here the final ranking is shown in the last column. You see this 2 is being ranked as 1.5, 3 will be ranked as 3, 4 is being ranked as 4, 5 is being ranked as 5.5 because it is coming twice, 6 is being ranked as 7.5, average of 7 and 8, 7 is ranked as 9, 8 is ranked as 10, and this 9 is being ranked as 11, and the last figure 10 is being ranked as 12. So you will have to then put these ranks in the sample 1 and sample 2. So these are ranks of sample 1, because 3 is being ranked as 3, here it is 3, 4 is being ranked as 4, 2 is being ranked as 1.5, again 2 is being ranked as 1.5, 6 is being ranked as 7.5, and then 5 as 5.5. In this second column also, this 9 is being ranked as 11, so 11 you are writing here. So this way you will go on writing the ranks. And now, instead of taking the sum of the individual observations, earlier observations, you will actually take the sum of rank 1 or sample 1 and sample 2. The ranks will be actually summed, and that is shown in the next slide. Here you see, finally it is the rank shown here of the sample 1 and sample 2. Their total comes 23 and 55. So these are the rank sum of sample 1 and sample 2. Now you have to put these values in the U statistics. This U is equal to rank sum of sample 1, and this is actually 23 minus, so U statistics of sample 1 will be equal to 23, that is rank sum of the first sample, minus n1 into n1 plus 1, so 6 into 6 plus 1 divided by 2, this figure comes 2. And in sample 2, the U statistics will be 55 minus 6 into 6 plus 1 by 2, that value comes 34. There is a U statistics probability table that can be used, although I have not adopted that method. So in that case, this lower figure will be seen, and but I have actually calculated the next step, and that is more important to do, because you can finally know that whether the G value, because next step will be to calculate G value, and by seeing the value of G you can make an inference. So that I have shown here, Z is equal to U statistics. You can take U value of any sample, either of first sample or second sample, your result will be same. So U minus n1 into n2 by 2 divided by a square root n1 n2 into n1 plus n2 plus 1 by 12, and I'm taking the U value of the first sample, that has come 2, and in this case this 2 minus 6 into 6 divided by 2, and then when you will put all these values here, then 6 into 6 plus 1 by 12, and the final value is 2.56. This value may come in minus or plus. The sign is not going to influence. When you will take this 34 also, 34 means U statistics 34, exactly the same value 2.56 will be available, but in that case this sign will be plus. So what we observe, that the calculated Z value, that is 2.56, is more than the Z value of the table, that is 1.96. So we actually we reject the hypothesis, null hypothesis. Probability is less than 0.05, and we infer that the two samples differ significantly from each other. So these are the steps. Mainly two steps are considered here, and it's quite easy to perform.